Hello students, welcome again to our video session class. In the last online class, we have started chapter number 2, that is physical and chemical change. In this chapter, we have seen those who are present in the class. They know we have discussed so many things in this chapter. So there are so many types of changes that taking place around us in a day by day and daily. So this type of changes can be classified, all these changes, into so many types. Okay. The main thing in this chapter is to study that is physical and chemical change. But before that, we need to know what is a change. Change is a fundamental law of nature. Okay, it is a fundamental law of nature in which transformation of a substance takes place from one form to another form. This is called change. So we see so many types of changes are taking place, like change in season, day, night, ripening of fruits, digestion of food, then burning of anything like fuels, wood, paper, etc. Volcanic eruptions, earthquake, all these are the changes that are taking place in day by day. So all these changes are classified into so many types. First one is natural and man-made change. What are natural change? The changes which occurs naturally, means which occurs from our nature only. This is called natural change. Okay. For example, seasons, change in season, day, night, formation of soil, weathering of rocks, growth in plants, etc. Then man-made change. Man-made change means change that occurs due to human activities. Okay. So they are called man-made change, like making of buildings, dams, bridges, electronic gadgets, and cutting of fruits, vegetables, etc. All these comes under man-made changes. Now the next one is slow and fast change. So many changes are taking place around us, which takes a time to happen. Means it takes time to happen. It's called slow change. Means over a long period of time it may take, like growing of a child to a young ones, growing of a seed, germination of seed to a plant, and then to a tree, rusting of iron, etc. They are very slow changes. Curdling of milk. Fast change. Fast change means it takes place in a very few seconds only. It takes only few seconds to happen, like bursting of firecrackers, burning of fuels, formation of bubbles of adding vinegar and sodium bicarbonate, burning of paper, etc. After that, periodic and non-periodic change. Periodic and non-periodic means a change that is repeated after regular interval of time. That is called periodic change. The best example that I have discussed with you, that is change in season, rotation of the earth and revolution of the earth. And the movement of the hands of the clock is also a periodic change. Next is non-periodic change. Non-periodic change means a change that happens in irregular interval of time. That means it may happen in any time. It may happen in any time. That is called non-periodic change. For example, earthquake, cyclone, thunder, lightning, and volcanic eruptions. Then is the physical and chemical change. The main thing of the chapter that we have to study, physical and chemical change. So in physical change and chemical change, I'll like to show you something. Physical change and chemical change. What we see in this physical and chemical change mainly. So when you see the first point is a physical change, we call it is a temporary change. Temporary change. Why it is called temporary change? Because the change which happens, it can be reversed to its original shape again. So it is also a reversible change. It is also called reversible change. It is also called reversible change. Why reversible change? Because when it transforms into another substance, it can be reversed to its original shape and position. So it is called reversible change. It's a physical change. Next point is a physical change. It's here is no new substances are formed. Here you can see the no new substances are formed here. Only the change of state of matter takes place. Only change of state of matter takes place. Okay, so only change of state of matter takes place. This is called a physical change. Means solid to be, for example, you can say ice to water is solid to liquid state, then water to water vapor, again it is liquid state to vapor state. So when you can cool the vapor, it will come to liquid, that is water. When you freeze the water, means on melt, on cooling it, we get ice. So we can see here the only physical state of only state of matter takes place in a physical change. Okay, and another point is that fourth point, fifth point is uh, no or very small amount of heat energy is required. Okay, sometimes most of the time in a physical change no energy is required, but if it requires energy, very small amount of energy, heat energy is required or evolved also. Just opposite points will get in a chemical change. So temporary, it is a permanent change. It is called permanent change. Okay. It is we call reversible. It is called irreversible change. No new substances are formed. Here, new substances are formed. Are formed. Change in state of matter takes place? No, entire composition of matter changes. Composition of matter changes here. Okay. Here either heat energy is required or gives out. Whether heat energy is required for a chemical change to happen, or sometimes you see heat energy is also given out. Heat energy is given out. Okay, so these are the points of physical and chemical change that we can differentiate between physical and chemical change. So examples you can see in a physical change of state of water is the best example of physical change. After that, you can have some more examples of physical and chemical change. You can say So, for example, given folding and cutting of paper, sublimation, drying clothes, melting of ice, so dissolution of sugar in water, evaporation, condensation, freezing of water into ice, melting of butter, all these are physical change. But in a chemical change, so many examples are there. Curdling of milk, burning of wood, ripening of fruit, formation of compounds, respiration, photosynthesis, digestion, cooking of foods, spoiling of food, fermentation, rusting of iron, firecrackers, growing big in size, burning of candle wax. All these are examples of chemical change. And the decomposition of ammonia gas, decomposition of ammonium chloride, decomposition of calcium carbonate on heating is also a closed system where it is a chemical change. Okay, so these are things about physical and chemical change. Now the next type of change is desirable and undesirable change. As you very much know, desirable means a change which takes place and are good for us. So change which takes place and are good for us are called desirable change. Suppose curdling of milk, they are chemical but it is desirable. Ripening of fruit, it is a chemical but desirable. Undesirable, that is not good for us, means harmful for us. For example, burning of finger, then curdling of milk meant for drinking. Milk, we can't drink milk if it is made into curd. And rotting of fruit is also undesirable change. Then obviously reversible, that I have said, reversible and irreversible change again here. That is the change that can be reversed by reversing the condition that brought about the change is called reversible change. So state of matter, ice melts, changes to water, water on heating it gives changes into water vapor. So and the on cooling, water vapor changes to water, and then on further cooling, water changes to ice. So this is the reversible change. Irreversible change, the change that cannot be reversed is called a irreversible change. Like rotting of fruit, it's irreversible change. Then egg, from egg you make a omelette, so it is a irreversible change. Cooking of food, digestion, respiration, all are irreversible change. Now exothermic and endothermic, again we can see here where the heat energy is required in a chemical reaction, it is called endothermic change. Heat energy is required, means heat energy is absorbed during a chemical change, it is called endothermic change. Suppose melting of ice, when ice melts, ice absorb heat energy. Okay, cooking of food we need heat, boiling of water we need heat. But exothermic means where heat energy comes out, means released during a change. So suppose burning of fuel, it gives out fireworks. Then condensation of steam also, when steam cools down by the release of heat energy, it changes to water. So condensation is also a in exothermic change. So these are the conditions of the thing that we have studied in the last online class. The next online class we will discuss in a physical change and details, in a chemical change in details. Okay, and I will also make a video on this portion, and definitely I will post it in Wasam. Okay, so you will be able to see and watch the video again and again. That will make you understand more clearly. Thank you student for watching this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and don't go outside without any reason. Try to be in home and try to be isolated from everyone. We don't know who is a positive or a negative for COVID. So please take care of yourself. Be safe. Okay. Thank you very much. See you again in the next video class and also in the online class. Thank you very much.